I go for 210. That's absolutely plenty. That's going to mean that my curls are going to last, they're going to stay in. I'm not going to go for a real tight curl today. I'm going to go for something a little bit looser. Again, from the first video you've seen, I spoke about how we methodically work up the head. So we're going to do that again. So straighteners are on. They're ready. They've been on for a few seconds, about 60 seconds now they've been on, so they're ready. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking again a section about an inch thick. You can see that from the bottom, about an inch thick there. I'll show you if I can turn round. So just an inch thick, and then I'm taking all that hair up the way, taking that completely out of the way. Then we're going to start with our straighteners. So there's two different types of curl you can have. The first kind of curl is really springy, and it'll really spring up and it'll give you a lot of volume. The way we do this is we take a section. So we've got an inch that way, so we take about an inch going that way as well. So it's about an inch squared. And what we do there for a big bouncy curl, we would go across the way. So imagine the straightener is parallel to your shoulder. We clip it in and we go straight across and we take it out and then we let it fall down. Now that's going to give you a really springy curl up here, but we're not going to do those type of curls today. Today I'm going to do something that's going to maintain the length of my hair. Okay, so this is how we start. We've got an inch thick section, and I like to do all my curls away from my face on each side. So, got the straighteners. We're going to up and down the way. Can you see that? It's like completely up and down. So we clamp in. We don't hold the straighteners on the hair for any length of time at any section. We want this in a fluid movement, okay? If you've got problems with your wrist, you can do just one turn, but I like to turn 180, okay? So we're going to turn 180 degrees with these. So what I'm going to do is clamp it in, and I'm going to rotate my hand all the way around and pull at the same time, okay? One fluid movement. They're in, they're turning, there we go. Can you see how that ends at the other side? We've turned them 180 degrees round and we've flicked that curl away from my face there. I'm going to move on to the little section in the middle. Again, if you can see here, clamping them up and down the way, pulling them out, turn them round 180 degrees. I know that's 180 degrees because my end's there. And I'm pulling it out to the end. Next section, I like all my curls going away from my face, as I said there. So again, look where they are. They're up and down the way. They're up and down. So I'm clamping in. I'm turning them 180 degrees. The end's poking out. There we go. And then we're going to let that go. Okie doke, so now I'm going to move to my next section. So do you remember in the first video I told you not to let the wet hair and the dry hair touch? Well, it's the same kind of idea. You don't want to be consistently straightening over and over and over these. That's really not going to be good for your hair. So basically we're going to move on to the next section. Again, about an inch thick. So I'm just feeling with my fingers there. And I know that if I move up just to below the top of my ear, I know that's going to be another inch thick across the way. Your section isn't always going to be completely clean, especially when you're doing this kind of thing on your own, on yourself. So I'm keeping the curls where I can see them, and the straight hair's down the back there, right? The straight hair's down there. So I'm taking my next section, again, an inch by an inch. I'm moving in a methodical, I'm working methodically up the head. So again, up and down the way, see that? And the way, remember I'm doing it up and down the way to maintain length. So I'm going in and I'm turning it away from the face and all the way out, the ends there. And then I'm going to feel for my next section. I'm just feeling for where the inch square is, and I've got that in my hand here. I'm going in and I'm pulling the hair and making sure it is nice and smooth there. And I'm going in and I'm turning 180 degrees. There we go. And the end's out. It's moving, it's moving. There we go. The straighteners should never stick on your hair. If your straighteners are sticky, it's because there's residue on them. So always check your plates. If there's any dirt at all on them, or even any hairspray or anything like that, that'll just stick to your hair, and in turn that'll burn your hair. What I like to do is, the towel that I use for shampooing my hair, if there is anything on, a little bit of damp towel, and just run my straighteners over it, opening and closing them, and it's almost like cleaning the blades and just taking any residue off. Again, I'm getting my inch thick section, inch squared, and I'm going up and down the way. I'm clamping in 180 degrees as quick as I can, pulling that down, holding my hair, clamping that. And when I'm clamping that, it's not clamped that much that I'm really pulling or snapping my own hair. But you will find that knack, you'll find that. So, up and down the way, clamping in, pulling, turning it round and pulling it down to the bottom. There we go. Again, moving up the head. So I'm going behind the ears. I'm taking my section there. And all the straight hairs down the back, I'm not mixing that up with the curls at all, because that'll just confuse you. So I can feel where my ear is, I can feel where an inch squared is. I'm just taking that hair there, making sure it's nice and smooth. Up and down the way, turning it round, 180. To the bottom there. Next section I can feel. This side, and remember this side's going the opposite way. So this side here, again up and down the way, 180, the ends out the other side. There we go. Moving up to the crown now. This is when people start getting fed up and they say, oh, I can't be bothered anymore. But we're 8 minutes in and it's not going to take us any more time. It's not going to take us much longer, should I say. Right, up and down, up. There we go. See, even I find it difficult to do my own hair. See that there? And I'm pulling it right to the end. There we go. The other side. Oh, look, there's a strand. Oh, look. Sometimes you might need to give it a little brush just to make sure it's nice and smooth. Just to make sure there's no tugs. And again, not holding that straightener on that hair for any longer than what I need to. Keeping it consistently moving. Right, and now I'm going to take all that round the back. I'm going to work my way up the sides, because I've worked to my crown now. I've worked it up here, so I'm taking sides here and sides here. I do have some extensions on my side, so I won't be able to clamp the straighteners just as far up. And obviously be careful you don't clamp your ear at this point. Up and down. smooth. You can hold that hair there, right to the end. And see how sometimes it just needs a little extra helping hand, so I just twisted it with my finger there. Next section. Up and down the way. Patience is the key. And again, a little. Yep. Another section, about an inch. About an inch thick. Again, an inch thick. You can take this in two sections here. Up and down, turn to the end. Again, see how I'm turning it away from my face there? I'm almost going back the way. I've got my side, my other side, half in that, because that's too much. But if I was being lazy, I would lift that whole section, but it would never sit properly. There we go, up and down the way. To the end. If you ever hear it sizzling on your hair, that's because your hair's not dry. And basically that's burning your hair. Your hair should be bone dry. And then I'm ready to finish off. I've got my section in the middle. There we go. What I'll do is, I'll take this back the way. So I've got this section here. Again, about an inch. And I'll take it back the way. So I'm going to go again like this, like straight on. And then I'm pulling it up like that, just so I can see what I'm doing. That's the whole reason I'm pulling it up the way. And I'm letting that fall back. Taking my side here, and I'm splitting that in two, making sure I've got all the straight bits, and I'm going back the way. And again, next section, nearly there. I'm going to take my little fringe and I'm just going to turn it a little tiny bit. So if you look and see what I'm going to do, I'm just turning it a little like that. Just so I've got a little flick on the side. See how it's all going back the way now? Move to the other side. Halving it in two. Again, going back the way on this side. Keeping it moving, always keeping it moving, never forgetting. Again, other side. And then I want to do a little flick again on this side. So I'm just a little flick. And what I done was I just put my straighteners in like this and just turned very, very slightly and pulled it. Straighteners are going off now, so that's me. I hope that was easy enough for you to follow. And I'm just pulling my hands through, pulling my fingers through because I don't want it too curly. You can always put a little bit of serum or something on at this point as well. And this will fall down a little bit, it won't stay as curly as this. But it's quite nice, it's quite big and bouncy, and it also, if I can just say, when you dry your hair properly, you'll notice the shine on it. and that's because the cuticle's completely smoothed down. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the class especially. So I'll see you in class.